What is going on, everybody? Thank you for tuning into another edition of On the Road to Victory. I'm your host, Jimmy Smith, and I hope you're all having yourselves a fantastic Saturday. A little after 4:20 here. Hope you're all enjoying the holiday season. Hope you all had a very Merry Christmas, ready for the new year. Happy Kwanzaa, Hanukkah, whatever you are celebrating. Hope you enjoyed yourself, staying safe, having a great time with loved ones out there. But it's Saturday, so we're here for the practice squad elevations for both the Eagles and their Week 17 opponent, the Buffalo Bills. Some roster moves were made as well. We'll talk about that for both teams. Take a look at the updated depth charts so we know what both teams look like for tomorrow's Week 17 matchup. One more game in the regular season, then we're on to the playoffs. I hope you're on board, ladies and gentlemen. We've been trying, us sickos, diehards, been trying to get all the fans on board to root for the Eagles before they win the Super Bowl. Let's hope we get all those bandwagon fans settled in soon, because this team, they got their toughest test, and I think this is going to be the moment where we see the media all bend the knee. Now, Eagles better bring their A game because the Bills, they are a tough opponent, and there are some injuries for both teams. So let's take a look at it. We talked about it all week. So if you're looking for the top matchups, you want to go to Behind Enemy Lines, learn everything about the Bills, go check those bad boys out. But this is the practice squad elevation. So let's talk about that. And one thing that did happen, Cameron Williams did not come off of IR. If, that didn't happen, we talked about his season's going to be over. Didn't really think he was going to come off of IR. So not a surprise. Maybe by the end of the day they do it tomorrow. I don't know. But I think pretty sure his season's over there. So not a surprise there, but everyone else you can see on the list. Don't think any of these guys will be coming back for the playoffs here, but those are the players that will not be on this depth chart. Now, as you know, Lane Johnson out again, so Fred will be stepping in. Cameron, the two healthy, ready to rock, so we don't need EJ Jenkins elevated. Everyone else healthy. Let's go. So only Lane, and look, I talked about this all week. I know Adam Schefter was telling you that he was playing. I told you he probably wasn't, and I really hope he wasn't. So really glad Adam Schefter was wrong again. Love that. So get him healthy for the playoffs, please, and thank you, Fred Johnson. Step it up. Now, on the defensive side of the ball, we get Jalen Carter back, hell yeah, but Nakobe Dean will be gone. Now, we saw how Jihad Campbell stepped in earlier in the year, so I'm not stressing it at all. Step right in. You got Trotter and Munden back there as depth pieces, so let's effing go. Now, Brandon Johnson was elevated for the Eagles, so there is your elevation, only one, and that provides you with not only depth at the safety, he can also play some corner, but helps you in the special teams department. So that was the elevation for the Eagles, and nothing changed in the special teams department. Covey is now part of this roster, so he will not be getting elevated or anything. So those were the elevations for the Eagles. That's what the roster looks like. Let me know how you're feeling about the Birds. Lane Johnson out, Nakobe Dean out, Cameron Williams season over. Did you think he was going to start over Lane Johnson? Are you irate about the practice squad moves? Whatever is on your mind. Love to hear from you. But we're going to talk about the Bills, who had some important stuff going on, but they made some roster moves and some elevations. We'll look at it as we go through this list here, and we'll look at the depth chart. But first, here is their IR and the retired list. So Bass will not be here. We know if you watch any of the shows this week, Hamlin, Hoke, Oliver, Rapp, Samuel, and then rookies, Jackson, Lund, Owen, Strong, all kinds of players out here. So next man up, as we know, we've got ourselves quite a big IR as well. Then, Darius Slay chose not to show up on the team that claimed him. That's just how football works. If you get claimed, you play for that team. He decided he was going to cheat on his wife. Cheat on the team. Getting this all messed up. I'm thinking about his personal life. But you guys know I'm not a big fan of him. Very glad he's not back here with the Eagles. But he chose not to show up. So when you do that, you get placed on the did not report list. So he did not report. I know a lot of fans were upset that the Bills did what you're supposed to do when a player doesn't report, but it's not their fault that he's not showing up. So got really confused by that. Oh, they're holding him captive. No, they're not. He's choosing not to play. So no doubt. But you won't see any of these players on the depth chart coming up on offense. They made a couple roster moves here. They waived McCole Hardman, so he is gone, and they added Kaliki Latu, who we talked about could be elevated for this game. Instead, now he's on the active roster. So Knox or Kincaid are probably going to be out for this game because Jackson Hawes is their only other tight end. Now Latu, part of the roster. So he takes the place of Hardman here on the offense. Again, not looking great for Knox and Kincaid. We'll see which one of them, if any of them, is able to play tomorrow. Then on the defensive side of the ball, remember, Yellow is out here because, well, Red's taken as the background. So Daquan Jones is out. Jordan Phillips is out. We know Jordan Poyer also out here, but they chose to elevate a defensive end. So didn't need help in any of the other areas at interior D tackle or the safeties, so they decided to bring Andre Jones Jr., who's been playing a couple games here. So gets himself a little shot on the edge. We'll see if he's active for the game or not tomorrow. When the game inactives come out, I will let you know for the pregame show. And then they made one more elevation, as we talked about this week. Matt Prater probably going to be out again. He sure is. So Michael Badgley will be their kicker. They elevated him from the practice squad, and you could see McCole Hardman was let go. So no backup punt returner or a backup to Ty Johnson as the kick returner. So those were the moves made. Those were the elevations. Everything you need to know for the game tomorrow. But as I told you, the game inactives, anything else that happens, I will let you know for the pregame show tomorrow. That'll be around 3 o'clock-ish, maybe a little early. I don't know if I'll be able to wait for game inactives. I got a bunch of family stuff to do tomorrow, and we're all going to be watching the game together. So I'll get it in when I can. But I appreciate you taking the time here tonight. If you enjoyed this video, do me a favor. Hit that like button. Share this bad boy. Subscribe and join the family. Become a member. Hype these videos up. Anything you can do to support the channel. I cannot thank you enough for that. But hope you all had a Merry Christmas. Any holiday you're celebrating, I love you guys. Hope you enjoyed whatever you're doing out there. If you need me, you know you can always reach out, whether it's about the birds, life, anything. Any of these platforms, feel free. Reach out. Always here for you guys as you are for me. I'm going to try to do a Sicko Saturday live tonight. Going to try. Cannot promise. So if I don't, I'll see you for the pregame show. But hopefully tonight I will see you. Either way, until next time, I am Jimmy Smith, and this is On the Road to Victory. You all stay safe out there, and as always, go Birds!